another lips. And every night you gotta chase another thrill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Find something new to blow your mind. But now you can't sit still, you gotta do something all of the time now. And well, you got no guts, and you got no will. And all you want is another thrill. 'Cause you're sick, and it's wrong. And baby, it won't be long till they're reading your will, yeah. Until they're reading your will now. Until they're reading your will. Until they're reading your will now, now, now.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Good day, sir. Oh,
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, people. I'm just a fucking moron. Let's try this once more. Okay. Sorry, guys. I really do apologize. All right. Well, welcome to Chill Hangout episode 7. I am Devious Dave Rose, your host. I just took a call from Ryan the Heel.
Hello.
As always, I want to show gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here in the chat. So we'll go to the list real quick. We'll go up, way up. We got the Goon. We got It's the Costanza. We got Casey is Raw. We got J Diz. Rick the Rick. Never heard of you. Says, I think my other account, the man with 2 first names, is blocked. My name never shows up. Well, that you shouldn't be blocked at all. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, the man with 2 first names. But I'm gonna have to figure that out. And I'm surprised I didn't give you a wrench, because that would have prevented you from somebody maybe being, somebody in my. And I gotta remove some wrenches. Perhaps I don't know. Might be Vikings. Might be YR, but I think somebody might be doing that. Yes, Costanza, Devious Mute, Rose. I get it. Yes, hilarious. Just keep rubbing it in there. But yeah, so thank you for all those that joined us today. We got 14 viewers. Meow, 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 meow. We've got the one and only Ryan the Heel who's called in. And yeah, there's been a few things that have been going on in the last 12 hours, I would say. Not even 24 hours, my friend. And it seems to be that a certain particular individual, who I have given the slave name of Scunty, because that is his slave name now. He is our slave, because we live rent-free in his mind. Even you now. What did you... I asked this the other day. What did you ever do to this guy? And this guy now is obsessing with you because you're this big troll, apparently. Please, why don't you tell? Should I play the video first? Should I play the video where he addresses this?
Oh yes, certainly.
All right. So to give people context, we got Scunty McFuckface, who is, again, just like I exposed yesterday. I was doing my own thing, chill stream, and then he decides to make his channel public, and then all this crap, blah blah blah. So let's see here. All right, so the title is called Ryan the Heel and the Lying Troll Army of Delusional Dave Rose. Let's listen to this. Oh, hold on. Let me increase the volume here so that everyone can hear it. You're going to probably have to listen to the stream, but I'll play it right now.
Gotcha.
And, well, you've already heard it as well, but, if you want to listen.
Oh, yeah.
Cent 101. How to fit in with a community of retards. Oh, there's Scunty. Let's go blame Scunty for everything and fit in with the narrative. Also, Ryan the Heel, you fucking troll piece of shit. You're the one that went around saying, oh, it's a Scott guy, you made counts of me. No, I didn't. Another lie. And you're the one on the call saying, no sober people act like this. Yeah, sober people don't act like you fucking miserable, insecure, troll, bitch, liar, faggot. That's what sober people don't act like. Sober people like me do stand their ground and talk about reality. What do you mean? Like, the video that you chose to make that statement in is me playing Joe Rogan and George St. Pierre giving actual good advice for not holding on to grudges and vengeance. And you decide at that moment, that's the moment you're going to pick to say, sober people don't act like this. Really now? Wow, you are one intellectual fucker, aren't you? Mr. Intelligent. No wonder you're over there hanging around with Dave Rhodes. You're just a fucking genius, bro. You make total sense.
And that was the clip. But that's one of many. I mean, the guy has been on a tear since yesterday when... oh, hold on. Am I muted? No, good. He's been on a tear since yesterday, so I decided to do a chill stream, and then I start to notice all the interesting little things that he's doing. So he's making his channel visible. It's not visible again, visible again. Videos start to be, published from the past. Now he ends up, sort of unprivating all the different videos that he's made. I mean, shit, this guy called Chili Cheese J a pedophile based on no information. Well, in fact, Chili Cheese J is not the only one. He's called crowned pedophiles in the past with no, actually, one of the big reasons that one of the biggest donators ever to Joe Cronin left the community was because of Scott. This guy called Brian Himmelfarb donated probably close to $23,000 to the guy within a year.
Damn.
And this was able to allow the guy to actually buy a house and stuff, amongst other people, obviously. So he had a big thing, but, Skunt saw this and he couldn't handle it all. and ended up calling this guy a pedo and all this other bullshit. And this guy just got fed up. He's like, I'm not gonna fucking deal with this shit.
God damn. Sounds like he's the pedophile, I must say, huh? Let's talk about
I
pedophiles
believe
and
you
shit,
probably
huh?
have not heard the stories then. Okay, gather round, children. Let me tell you a tale of degeneracy. So, Skunty went on to Omegle with a hat that actually had a penis on it. Okay, and I believe that there was a string or something that you could pull it. You know how some of these hats where, like, you've got a pair of hands on the top of the hat and it'll clap because you pull a string?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I believe that there may have been something like that with the penis. But the bottom line is there was a penis on a fucking baseball cap. Okay? And it was, I guess, made for that purpose or whatnot. So this guy is fucking going on Omegle, supposedly under the, statement that he's trying to entice predators and stuff so that he can catch them, which I think is hilarious. Because he thinks, I guess, he's like the big police or something like that. Or Chris
Captain
Hansen or
Save-A-Ho.
something. What's that?
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah. And he ended up, look, dude, he ended up getting on a call with, I believe it was a 14-year-old black kid. And his 8-year-old sister was in there in that room. So Scott was, talking to him about like why he was on there and stuff, but, he was still wearing the hat. And he was also sort of, he was talking about things that were inappropriate because it is technically illegal to talk to somebody who's a minor about sex, especially through these, media connections and stuff. But he was asking him like if he lost his virginity. He was telling him about his sex life and all that stuff. And obviously that went way too far, especially with the 8-year-old sister in the room.
Whoa.
But under his logic, which is totally diluted from years of drinking and just being a stupid genetic retard. He was trying to protect these kids. And the fact is he still talked about that. And a lot of people discuss this where it's like, this guy really went, too far in this case. And he talked about things that shouldn't, like, look, you see two kids that are on the screen when you connect on Omegle, which is supposed to be, obviously random chat, whatever. It's like, sorry, kids, no thanks. Click, done. But like this idea of being the Chris Hansen of the community, like I'm going to go save these kids from potential groomers on Omegle and stuff, and I'm going to target those people on Omegle that are groomers, and like it's this delusion that this guy thought up in his mind, and obviously a lot of people saw that too. But this okay, you know who Danielle Bregoli is? It's the Cash Me Outside girl, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, obviously, right now she's of legal age, right? But when she first came out and shit, she definitely wasn't of legal age, right?
Right.
Well, this guy, Skunty, was basically touting the fact that he didn't give a fuck what anybody thought about him, that he thought that she was hot, that he would totally fuck her and all that. And this is when she was a minor, like 14, 15. And people were like, dude, like, what the fuck, man? She's a minor. He's like, I don't care, man. Like, dude, like, it's just, she's so awesome. Like, and, the videos of those were deleted by Skunty, or his channel got struck, and those videos, were never found again. And, there's people out there, very effeminate individuals that are, not understanding proper logic and stuff. They just don't see this sort of thing when it comes to Skunty, of his track record, and someone who is, again, done so many things to be detrimental to this community that to sort of overlook that is beyond measure, to be quite honest.
Goddamn travesty.
Now with two first names in the chat. If you can contact me via Skype, I believe you've called. I don't know if you've called in, but I can't seem to find the account for the I mean, if you were banned, I can't seem to find it in this whole thing with the community settings in YouTube. But yeah, I don't know why you would have been banned unless it was some sort of renegade who does have a wrench and saw somebody without one and decided to fuck around. But regardless, Yeah, this guy's been active for quite some time with this sort of thing. And again, when you take a look at the whole, oh, here's another thing. Here's another thing that you don't know about. And he's admitted this on air. I got the clips of it all over. So this guy said that he had at 20, I believe, he was 20 or around 20, like either 20 or older. And he ended up having, according to him, sex with a 16-year-old. But he said, because obviously that is the law of consent, you know, that basically her parents, you know, sort of signed off on it in the sense that they, you know, because you could, like, with parental consent, you can, you know, a 20-year-old can fuck a 16-year-old in obviously many counties and states in America, but also in Canada. So he actually admitted, admitted it, said it, whatever. I don't know if it's even true, because this guy's got such a track record of lying that I'm just so surprised that, you know, people still interact with him thinking that he's going to be telling the truth. But this guy basically said that he, you know, got her parents to sign off on the whole idea of fucking their daughter. So.
Jesus.
And
What
yeah, a lot of people remember.
fowler. So this man, okay.
No, man, this guy's got a big, long track record of this bullshit.
Oh yeah. See, I didn't know about that, but Jesus. All right, Mr. Scunty.
I'm surprised
he's.
he's.
Fame.
Was that?
Mr. Scunty, you had your 5 minutes of fame, sir. So you want to really take it there? We can really take it there. You're about to push me to the point where I'm about to track your bitch ass down and see you in the fucking street, not on this internet shit, because I don't do no internet beef. I don't do no trolling. I chill. Everybody knows I chill, smoke, whatever. But since you want to take it there, let's get it on, bitch.
It's a surprise that because you've, you know, been on the show in the past that, or I've hung out with you guys on the Discord and stuff, that he still hasn't called you the N-word yet. But give it time, because he's done that in the past to other people. He's even called white people wiggers, which, again, that's just a funny word on its own. And yeah, he's called people Uncle Toms and shit. Like, straight up, like, oh, well, you associate with Dave, and Dave is the racist that I think he is. You know, forget about reality, but yeah, he's the racist that I say he is. So, you know, if you're a black person or anybody else of any other, you know, race than white, then if you associate with Dave, then clearly you're a fucking sellout. He said this, but it's not just with me, with other people too.
This child, he's not even a man. He's a fucking child.
And I told you, this guy actually straight up said, and we all had a great laugh about this, is that he straight up walked through Compton without any fucking problem, like just, you know, gallivanting through the streets and stuff, and like nobody gave him shit. Like this, you know, again, you know, sticking out like a fucking sore thumb, this white fucking, you know, light, you know, and this guy's walking the streets like it's not going to be a problem, like he's not going to be harassed and shit. Like, come on.
Right. Highly doubt that.
Dude, it was a straight up lie. Again, this guy also, he's willing to shit on people. He's willing to shit on black people. But he thinks he's down with the culture, right? He's talked about how he met portions of D12 at a casino, I think it was in Alberta. Could have been Nova Scotia. I don't know, but
Where in his dreams?
well, he says he met them, and he said, you know, I can't remember who it was that he said that he talked to specifically of that group, and then he actually apparently, because this is what he admitted on air, is that he actually asked. Hold on, can you name the people in D12? Because I'll tell you who it was if I can remember.
Proof.
Nope.
Bizarre.
I think it was Bizarre.
Okay.
This guy basically straight up asked him, is Eminem a clone? And this guy's like, what the fuck you talking about, man? And then, like, you know, as you can see, this guy is obsessive. He's like, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, I've been watching everything. And I can tell you, Marshall Mathers is not the same man. Like, he is that type of guy.
The only part of Compton he probably ever stepped foot in is probably Compton, Arkansas.
Well, maybe if it was I don't know, maybe it's a district in GTA Online or something, you know? Maybe it was in a video game.
Oh yeah, he's the dog rag getting dragged all over the place.
Ghost of Tommy's barber confirms that Bizarre is the one that he said that he actually spoke to, and Ghost of Tommy's barber says, I can't confirm this, but he said they were gonna make it D13 for him, and then laughing emoji. Yo, let's get this white boy,
all right.
this obscure white boy from Nova Scotia to be D13.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, sober people don't act like this. You want to keep saying you sober? All right, bro. All right, bro. But me, on the other hand, I smoke weed and I don't do shit else. So, hey,
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, what is it? Is it this guy so petty that you showed up on my show, and because he doesn't like it when black people associate with me, he, starts to shoot out on you? Like, really?
I think he's just acting like a little bitch because he's probably not getting the attention that his mother never gave him before while he was little. Maybe got touched by his father when he was little. Oh man, that's bad. Oh man, that's bad.
Well, he does show some sort of homosexual or at least homoerotic tendencies. That's a straight up fact. The guy will show up on camera with like showing off his chest and like encouraging other people
Oh
to do the
my.
same. And
Yeah, he likes to call people faggots when I really think he's the faggot.
well, you don't know this story. Okay, so let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
Again, gather around, children. Basically, there's this girl in the community. Her name is Tiffany, and she actually convinced. Well, he fucked around with her, and he shouldn't have. But because of that, she fucked around with him, convinced him that she was transsexual, and then because he apparently had, I guess he had jacked it off to her. That's the only way that it can be explained. But he felt conflicted. He was mad initially. He thought that obviously he got not ripped off, but I mean like he got tricked, sort of thing. But he had such confliction in his feelings because he still was attracted to Tiffany that he's like, I don't know, like. I don't know, and he started continued to associate with her, and he's like, there's obviously screenshots of him saying, well, you know what, I don't care about that and stuff, but he was still sort of flirting around with her, and it goes to show that he does have. I mean, the guy's willing to fucking deal with a chick with a dick sort of thing, and she eventually proved that he was wrong and that like she was just playing him and all that, and really embarrassed him in public. But even when she tricked him into thinking she was transsexual, he was sort of still down with the whole thing. He was down with it.
Oh hell no, and I'm insecure. Oh buddy, boy, you need to take a look in the mirror, buddy boy.
This guy's a fucking degenerate and disgusting piece of shit.
Hey, all I can say is make all the videos you want on me. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings, because guess what? It's not hurting my feelings. I'm still getting this money at the end of the day. I still have a job. I still have a life. I don't know what you have except for lying, bullshit. I
Pain
don't
and
know, bro.
sadness.
Like,
That's all
yeah,
he's got.
pain, suffering in your own soul. That's what he has.
Hey, Scunty, I'm going to send a copy of the obituary to Ryan here as well. So once you face your demise, not only will I frame that with a gold-plated frame on my wall, but I'm going to send a copy of that obituary to Ryan so he can do the same.
Yes, hang it right up
on the
against
mantle.
wall. Oh yeah, flames, bring it
Move
up.
over, Jesus statue. We're putting this up on the wall.
Oh yeah, this man done fucked up. I guess he really don't know who the fuck he's fucking with for real.
He never does, dude. He always just dives head first, and he's been exposed. Like years in the past, he was able to convince many people, including myself, that he had more knowledge than he did. Eventually, that got worn down. It was, we figured out exactly what he knew. But until you know your enemy fully, you don't know exactly what they're capable of. And it's obviously required to be fairly careful with somebody like this who had no problems actually, and he admitted this on air, that he purposely doxed Ken, YR, and I keep forgetting the third name. There was a third name that was involved. I don't know if it was Vikings fan. Might have been. Oh well, there's JB. There's JB. We can't forget that. But
Oh
he.
yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, he basically got so pissed at JB because I guess he was in a chat or something that what he did was he demanded or asked for people in his chat, can somebody find me info on JB? And some piece of shit ended up finding that information and, putting it into his chat. So this guy's absolute fucking scum. He can try to, and I do find it, again, very comical that many people, especially since the fight with me and Ken, have really come out and shown really what kind of individuals they truly are, and are even associating with Scanti, knowing what he did. But because both of them have some hate for me, because I expose them as being cowards or whatever, they're conversing. Like, again, these same people, they've called out the bullshit that Tony did, the doxing and all that. Would they be hanging out in Tony's chat because Tony's talking shit about me? I don't know. But I do know that apparently they're there in fucking Scott's comments and such, commenting about me and, somehow agreeing like I'm this bad guy. But meanwhile, you're talking to the devil.
Yeah, the same 5 people that's always liking the same shit he always talk about.
Could be, yeah, but then again, he does have a lot of alt accounts, and we've actually seen screenshots of his videos before he's deleted them, where he actually thumbs up his own fucking videos, dude. Like, how sad is that? I never fucking do that. I want to know exactly, and I really don't like how they took out the thumbs down, because I love, triggering people for one with that. And seeing all those thumbs down at the beginning of the show because people are using alt accounts, and then the next day, like, 60% of them are gone.
So apparently he was running some people off of YouTube.
Yeah,
so,
I'm glad you brought that
this?
up. Ghost of Tommy's Barber says
Scott
single-handedly ran JB, Justin Bailey, off of YouTube. I blame him 100% for that, and I 110% agree with you, Ghost of Tommy's Barber.
Yeah, we're gonna switch it up and run his bitch ass off of YouTube. How about that? You can keep making your little videos and get 5 likes and not even 100 likes because you think, oh, bro, you're done.
This guy's like herpes. He'll just keep coming back. That's the problem. Now, I did break him, as did many other people. And the great thing is it was this great culmination. Basically, here's the thing. This guy was fucking around with us for close to 5 years. So because this guy was also playing dirty, this is what a lot of pussies don't seem to understand, is you don't win a war by playing clean. If they're going to be playing guerrilla warfare, then you've got to do the same thing if you plan to win. And I don't plan to lose. So this guy basically, hold on, let me get back on train of thought here. My mind's going all over the place.
He acting like somebody bitch he ain't get the fuck. Why he lied to me? Why he bullshitting me?
Damn it, I was going somewhere with that. Well, it was probably based on the comment that he ran off Justin Bailey off YouTube. Damn it. Well, I am smoking weed, so, and it is Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God. But, damn it. There was something I was going to say about Scunty and his actions and stuff. Here, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to rewind the stream, and I'm going to have to listen. See what I said here. Well, this is what a lot of pussies don't seem to understand, is you don't win a war by playing clean. If they're going to be playing guerrilla warfare, then you've got to do the same thing if you plan to win. Hold on. I'm almost there. The thing is, it was this great culmination. Basically,
so does anyone else think I'm a troll?
This guy was fucking around with us for close to 5 years.
Do I do anything to troll?
So because this guy was also playing dirty, this is what a lot of pussies don't seem to understand, is you don't win a war thing if you plan to win. Hold on, let me get back on. Keep coming back. That's the problem. Now, I did break him, as did many other. Oh, so broke him. Many people did as well, but psychologically, this guy was broken with several different things, including what I compiled, which is called the Evidence Marathon. So yeah, like I was saying, 4 or 5 years of dealing with this bullshit. This guy plays dirty. He gets, he records information, any details about a person, name, phone number, address, all that stuff. Tries to fucking use that to fucking strong arm people and blackmail them and coerce them into doing what he says. And there's countless evidence of this, which what I did was made an almost 8-hour video that I uploaded, which showed screenshots, which showed fucking Skype messages. It actually had sound clips and shit. And, it basically exposed this guy in regard to a lot of what he did, but, not everything, because this guy had been going on against everybody for years on end and was using some very strong arm tactics and threatening people. Again, something that people like them and Travis seem to overlook. But this guy was running roughshod on the entire community, and there was a lot of people that were scared of him. And I was one of the few that actually stood up to this bullshit and fought fire with fire. So yeah, if you want to, if you've got time to burn and you want to get that information, it's there on that fucking evidence marathon. Yeah, it's close to 8 hours. But hey, if you got a long day at work and you just want to listen to what this psycho has done, well, there you go. Plus, after that, we did a tribunal. So sort of like a court case in the court of public opinion. And I just broke it down as to what he had done and so forth. And, sort of address the fact that this guy was guilty of multiple criminal acts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he's a scumbag, and, I'm sure that we haven't heard the last of him when it comes to you, because he'll keep making videos about me, no problem. But, yeah, he's probably going to, say something. I don't think he's heard the video that you made on Twitter, but... yeah, you sort of addressed that there.
Yeah.
Do you want me to play that for
me? Making
people?
another one. Yeah, sure.
All
sure.
right.
It was early in the morning, so.
Let me just set it up here. So, all right. So this is something that Ryan put up on his Twitter. Do you want to, while I set this up, do you want to give out your Twitter address if you want people to sub?
Excuse me. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Pearls Dubes with a Z at the end. DOOB_Dubes.
All right. So
or just type in Ryan Hill.
I'm going to transition here to that. There we go. So you'll see his Twitter address there, and there you go, Pearl Dubes, and there's the man himself to address the issue. So let's listen.
Apparently, I've been called the troll within the YouTube community by a man named nigga don't even, I'm not gonna put his government name out there, but Scunty, yeah. You want to say I'm a troll? I guess I'm gonna be only trolling you. What else? You just want to keep talking all this bullshit, bro. But nah, you ain't even a bro, bitch. You a fucking whole bitch ass nigga, yo. You want to keep talking all this shit, like I'm not gonna say nothing, like shit sweet in the streets or something, like, bro, yo. I don't know who you think you are, yo, but it looks like you found the right one, all right? So keep running your mouth, all right? I'm gonna catch you on YouTube.
Nice. That's a good video.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm sure that he'll see that, and being obsessed as he is, he will just further expose himself. And who knows, maybe you can rile him enough to, have him call you a racial epithet, as he is known to do in the past. At least for him to call you an Uncle Tom, because then it'll just prove the point that I've been making for a long time.
He's got 48 hours to call me the N word. If he don't do it,
Your
then he's a
mission, if you
real
choose to
bitch.
accept it.
Open invitation. Let's go.
The open invitation. The N-word open invitational. Coming this Friday on AEW.
Oh yeah. Mal, I need a manager. She's like, no, I'm asleep. Handle your own business.
So we got the Goon says, I've given it thought. I'm probably going to make Community Wars 2 video. I also think of learning sprite animations to produce a community jukebox. Also says making short sprite animated videos overlaying songs like Reading Your Will, as well as song parodies people have made. Yeah, that sounds good. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
so Scunty is obviously unpleased that you won't stay on the plantation. Oh, look at that! Look at
He's gotta
that!
acknowledge
Obviously,
me.
he's listening. Guess what happened? I'm sure you can
Uh-oh.
guess. His channel?
He acknowledged me.
No, his channel doesn't exist anymore, which means he made it private.
Oh.
Come on, Scunty.
Oh,
Come on.
come on, bro. Stop being a bitch. You want to keep
Yeah.
talking that shit? Let everybody see your shit. Don't make it private, motherfucker. Come on now.
And that's the thing is that I don't hide any of my videos. I don't private them at all. They're there to be reviewed, and you know, people think, oh, I'm gonna expose Dave Rose. Well, there you go. You got the information there. I don't hide it. I don't keep doing this whole thing. And he does this. He did this literally yesterday when we were on the fucking call. He had his channel hidden. Then he makes it active. Then he makes it hidden again. Then he makes it active again and starts to add all these videos and stuff addressing, obviously, what he's been watching.
It's a pattern with this fool because every time he does that, it's because he knows he's been caught.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's been caught in a lie. He knows he's been, he's been caught. Stop talking shit. He won't get caught.
No, see, what he's explained as this strategy is that, oh, this just prevents me from getting struck and my channel could stay up. That's the actual excuse he's used.
What channel?
Yeah,
How
exactly.
many followers that fool has?
This is one of many, because he keeps moving to a new one. And he's got all these fake accounts too.
Oh my. Hey, I can happily say I have 11 followers. I'm building my YouTube up. You think I'm sad crying over that shit? Nope. Hey, I'm trying to elevate and grind. Something you need to do, sir. Little boy.
Yeah, and this is very often found with him is that he will do this and stay quiet until somebody goes off air, and then 2, 3 in the morning, my time, he might make a video, and obviously I'm not online to either address it or even to know that it's happening. So, that's how he feels that he can get away with, like, oh, I finally got one on you, but tomorrow this video will be deleted. So I sure showed you, even though you never saw the evidence. It's like he uses it as
Right.
therapy, and I've said this for quite some time. This guy uses it as therapy. Like, oh, these people, they don't like me, so I'm just going to delude myself into thinking it's them who's the problem.
I think he needs to go back and relearn that 12-step program they was teaching him.
I think he just has to take, a step over a fucking pier and just, let nature take its course, right?
Fall off a cliff and die. Oh my.
And he's been doing, like, you got to check out some of the videos that I put up. There was one time where he threatened sending child protective services to this girl in Australia because she, became his friend and stuff, and he just, she was associating with somebody he didn't like, and he got mad, and the way that he talked to her was really like a domestic abuse case. It's fucking psychotic.
Jesus. He's a nut job. He's a crazy.
Absolutely.
He's a crazy.
Again, you could take away the alcohol from him. It doesn't change the fact that he's psychotic. But again, he's got, I think it's stage 1 liver failure. He's, done a lot of damage to his body. And the fact is that I will outlive him. And that inevitably states that I will have his obituary. Which something, it's something that really grinds his gears and stuff. He doesn't like that at all. Like many of these people out there. They don't like the idea that A, I'm going to outlive them, and B, I'm going to frame their fucking obituary and take pleasure in their death. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because you could say the same thing about Stalin, could you not? Pol Pot.
Even go to the
Bush
funeral
Sr.
and read his obituary.
But I'm not going to feel shamed at all for relishing the death of others. I'm not going to wish that death. There's karmic repercussions from that. But if an evil person dies, I certainly will celebrate. You should have seen the celebrations when Stalin died throughout the world, where they were like handing out free foods and stuff in various cities throughout the world because one of the most evil, vile pieces of shit died.
Damn.
So this guy is vile and evil, absolutely. And there's stuff like I don't want to even pollute your mind with all the shit that he's done, because it's not worth the mental damage that it could cause. Because this guy is just so far gone. But you are right to stand up to this bullshit, and this guy's a piece of shit for even including you. I'm the one who's talking in criticism. You show up on my show, that makes you a target? No, it makes him a fucking coward.
Yeah, it is what it is, but he's found the right one. That's all I'm saying.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, but just expect some vile things from the guy. He's never sort of shied away from going really, really low and dirty. So.
Oh yeah, probably some stuff I've already heard before. So you better come with a good one.
Well, I'm sure we're going to see that at some point in the next few hours at least, because he's listening, obviously, and it's just riling him up. Now, he can't respond right now, so he's just obviously removing any ability for me to remove the stuff that he's been... But I don't understand that. Why is he removing the videos that are criticizing me? I could easily play them, and people can hear criticism about me. Am I that scared about criticism? Scared of criticism? Certainly not.
Oh, he real scared.
Yeah, he definitely has a very strong, thick Canadian, East Coast Canadian accent. So he says court of lure as opposed to court of law. He says scared instead of scared. And he says I love dick instead of saying I'm gay. So.
Oh my.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Dave, it has been fun.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got to get off to work.
Yes.
Forgot to mention that to the people. We had limited time with the one and only Ryan the Heel.
Oh yeah.
Well, hopefully I
Always
can
a
provide
pleasure,
some.
sir.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying, always a pleasure, sir.
No, always, and hopefully I'll give you some joy, at least, with work and so forth. A lot of shows up, tonight, so there's a lot to watch. But again, thanks for calling in, and hopefully I can give you some enjoyment on your way to work.
Yes, sir. No problem. Y'all be safe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there goes Ryan the Heel. Meow, 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 meow. So I remind people that Skype lines are open. Actually, that's the first time I'm reminding people, but let's be honest. But yeah, as Ryan goes off to work, he's a hardworking man. Yeah, we'll see what's going on in the chat here. We got the lovely Ms. Cora. We've got It's Steve Callan. 24 viewers right now. Meow, 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 meow. And yes, Ghost of Tommy's Barber makes a good point. Expect him to try to find your real name because he feels very powerful by doing that. But I'm sure that Skunt will he'll make his channel visible again, and he'll probably go on some other tirade or something to address things. But yet, right at the time where there's the opportunity for Ryan to address this stuff, boom, the channel's gone. Yeah, it's a little cheap, I'd say. Also, Hashid, hi. And I do want to address one thing, though. It is a chill stream, but I do want to address one thing, is that in these videos that Scunty had made, Travis TLC was interacting with him and responding back and forth with the guy, obviously shitting on me. And I find it very comical, Travis, that you show the same impatience that Scott showed when, you know, the whole tribunal thing was going down. It's like, oh, come on, man. And you're in the comments saying, Dave still hasn't talked about what I and C-Man said on his show. No, I haven't. But like I reminded Skunt the other day, I don't work on his schedule. You work on mine. Just like with the tribunal, I took my time. Had obviously other things to do as well, but I also took my time because I didn't have to rush into it. I'll leave you on the edge of your seat, just waiting for that. Like I addressed the other day. Doesn't mean I'm not going to address it, but first of all, you guys are always touting, oh, this is YouTube. Yeah, it is YouTube. It's fun stuff, but I also have real stuff in life to handle. So I'm concentrating on that. Extremely productive week. Very happy at that. But the fact is that it doesn't mean I'm not going to address it. And Scunty would say like, oh, because Dave doesn't want to be exposed. How many videos have I reviewed where I've been criticized, even by Cronin or other people, and allowed for that to be played uninhibited, uncut, and then I addressed it? Again, I'm not scared like you. I don't make my channels private there, Scotty. You do. So, again, you got to understand is that I run on my own schedule. You'll see it when you see it. Hey, Travis, simple as that. I'm not running on your schedule, as I said earlier. I do it at my pace. And if you got to wait a bit, well, have some patience. I don't know what else I could tell you. Shout out to Festlove in the chat. Remember, people are looking at you right now, especially probably Scunty, looking at people's names in the chat saying, oh, man, they're a turncoat. They watch me, but they watch that other person too. And, I can't stand that. They're clearly, turncoats. That's the word that apparently is being used a lot now in this particular situation in the community, but hilarious nonetheless. But like I said, I've been very busy. I'm very, happy about all of that I've been able to accomplish, and I do get pleasure knowing that people are thinking about me, that I'm living rent-free. They're making videos, and see, man, poor form. Okay, your previous videos, a few hours long, and that's another thing to consider, Travis. Well, when I've reviewed Scott's shows that were 8 hours long and stuff, it took me quite some time to get through. There's been quite a few videos that were made by See Them that you were on that, addressed me. So it's gonna take time. Like, why is everyone so impatient here? Like, can't you just wait a little bit? I mean, hasn't COVID told you anything or taught you anything? It's like some movies, got delayed big time. But you're still looking forward to them. And you know that the studio is going to make them. It's just a matter of when they're going to release them. Have some patience. Have some patience. It's okay. It's okay. But I've never shone away from addressing things. Okay? Okay. That's the biggest crux in your argument there, is that I've never shone away from addressing criticisms of me, playing full-out unredacted clips of that criticism of me on my own shows, which, by the way, Scunty, still remain up and still remain to be reviewed. So, yeah, there's a big difference, I would say, and also a confidence in knowing that, well, I'm correct. A lot of people just don't like that. They think I should be humble when it comes to being correct. I'm sorry, no. I've lived with enough, bullshit of millennials and Zoomers where, you can't express any sort of confidence in your abilities and you have to always, keep your mouth shut. No, I'm surrounded by garbage and retards. Well, not fully, but, I'm just trying to paint a picture here. But in the most part, we are surrounded by a lot of stupid people in the world. And to have them criticize you, really, when you can prove that you are, in fact, superior, which is another thing that seems to trigger people, there are people that are superior to me in different ways. I accept that. But these words, these words trigger people. Oh, inferior, superior. Oh, no. Mestizo, Latino. Oh, no. It's sort of a display of the current state of people's mentalities these days. The Goon says the Emotional Entrepreneurs Club is taking over. Well, then you're probably going to lose your life savings betting on some sort of, Bitcoin type derivative that fails miserably because the people who started it up was an entire scam. I can't remember which one that was recently, Goon. I know that you're into this. It was a game company, I believe. Some company really fucked over people into thinking that they were going to make money off this particular coin, and vamoose. There we go. So yeah, I would equate that to that. Let's see here. I was actually thinking of making this a quick and dirty show, which I started initially because it was actually I was fucking around with YR because he wanted to do a show prior to Dirty Ron podcast, and it was shit. So basically, I was like, "Fuck this!" There's stuff I've got to talk about, and the show is just garbage. So I did quick and dirty to play on the whole, Dirty Ron podcast type thing. And the whole idea of the show was like just a quick 1 hour type show just to talk about shit prior to Dirty Ron podcast. But, it also worked out well because it was sort of, going over YR and reminding him that his show was shit. But I was thinking of doing that today, but, I was feeling quite chill. Again, accomplished a lot today. Woke up early, did a lot of driving, did a lot of appointments and all that sort of shit. And I'm very, very happy of what I was able to accomplish today. Goon says, I got stocks in precious metals, no worries. Well, as long as you've got precious metals in hand, then that's worthwhile. But, stocks can go belly up. The Goon says Squid Token and Suzuki Inu coins were multi-million-dollar scams. Okay, so more than one, apparently. But yeah, I knew of at least one of them, and I suspected there was going to be more. But I can't remember which one. Maybe it was the Squid Coin. Yeah, you know what? I think it was the Squid Coin, because that was the Squid Games, or whatever it's called, in Korea. I haven't watched that show. But yeah, I remember hearing about that and stuff. A lot of people got conned out of their money, and it's like, sorry, this is just like the 1980s. People are getting really greedy, and they think that there's going to be a quick way to make money, and they're not knowledgeable about this. I remember reading a story about this one guy who ended up buying thousands of dollars worth of those fidget spinners that were a big deal for like 2 weeks, years ago. So he spent all his money on that, all his life savings, and then, obviously they fell out of favor, and he was posting, I think, on Reddit how how destitute he was, and that he needed to be able to sell these, and had made this big mistake, and blah 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 blah. But these are the type of people that look into investing in a get-rich-quick scheme, And, sorry, there's no such thing. Unless maybe you're doing something illicit. So, this is what you get with greed. You get a lot of people who end up losing their life savings because they were, focused more on profit than on sustainability. That's what an investment should be. You invest in it and you hold. That's what you have confidence in a product and you hold that stock. So you get your dividends and you continue to show the viability of that company by holding that stock, and the price continues to increase. Or at least there's a continued interest in investors to continue to buy stock for said company. I shake my head so much sometimes about how ignorant people are and how ignorant they choose to be. Look, I'm sorry if my curiosity just makes me more knowledgeable than most. In fact, no, I'm not sorry. That's just a Canadian bad habit. And I was just about to apologize for having that bad habit, but then I realized what I was doing. I got to be much more American, especially when dealing with an American crowd. But sorry. God damn. See, do you guys see how infected Canadians are with apologizing? Okay? It's unbelievable. I've noticed this quite a lot, especially when dealing with Americans. But these are the facts. And no, I'm not sorry. Okay? So I'm learning my lesson. I'm trying to train myself during the show, but not sorry. Okay? The Goon says, the problem is people never look into the utility behind the cryptos they purchase. Patient investing separates the successful from the impulsive financial losses. That is true too. That is true too. Sorry, I keep fucking around with this coin here. I have to definitely agree with the impulsiveness of the investment aspect. A lot of people, and the impulsiveness I think comes from the greed. They're so desperate for that win. And you see this even with gamblers, people that go into casinos and stuff and are willing to mortgage their house or something, or just hand over the pink slip of their ownership. We call it pink slip up here, of their vehicle. So, what are you laughing at, Derailed? So where was I going on here? Something about crypto. Something like that. I don't know. Skype lines are open. It's a chill afternoon. Weather's gotten better. It was raining earlier today, but thankfully that's done with, although we'll continue to get some rain through the weekend. But temperatures are on the up here in beautiful Ontario. And we actually have, I only realized this today, but Easter is coming up next week. I don't know if you people knew about that, but Easter Sunday is April 17th. So that's going to be in 9 days. But obviously Good Friday would be the 15th, so that's 1 week from today. And that is, I believe it's the Monday here. That's the statutory. But there's a little vacation, I guess, coming up, or a little holiday, I should say. Derailed says, was laughing at the fact that you weren't going to apologize, then did anyways. Yes, yeah, it's a stupid Canadian habit. I'm trying to grow out of it, but I still have failings. The Goon says, for example, the Lou Pearlman pyramid scheme. I'm not familiar with that. But there's many out there, and so forth. So, what was brought to my attention earlier today, but I've not seen any evidence of it, or at least I've never, I haven't been given any clips or anything as reference to the video, but I didn't find anything. Apparently, dear old Bullfrog is back. A very interesting turn of events. And that should be interesting to see how that turns out. But hey, what do I know? Well, I do know that there are people in this community who claim to have a moral high ground, but they defend retards and seem to, again, the Joe Cronin of the retards. So Joe Cronin, defends the blacks, and they're his pets, and he sucks them off and all that, and you see the same with others when it comes to those of certain special needs. But hey, have fun, guys. Have fucking fun. I mean, I may have been one that streamed hours on Bullfrog, but I'm certainly not one who trolled him or who pulled like some vile shit when it came to the stuff that was being put in his chat or the chats that he was part of. So whether it be the name of his family members or, his phone number, his address, all this sort of crap, which I never tolerate on my channel. That's something that now is in your hands. So enjoy. I mean, I've got no responsibility there. I'm not involved whatsoever. And if that's what you're gonna go through, then that's what you're gonna go through. My hands are clean. I'm not involving myself, and you guys go have some fun. And, keep making yourself think that you're great, a great saint for defending the defenseless. Or the indefensible, I should really say. Although you'd want to think it's defenseless. But regardless, hey, it's out of my hands now. It's not my problem. Enjoy, whatever you deal with. Because we've seen these patterns in the past. And, you obviously got YR there, who's formulating his way, as always. But it's not like I provided any sort of substance, background, knowledge, documentation, clips, or anything that sort of proved that I was correct. Oh, wait, there was, actually. So there was a lot, actually, Dave. Well, thank you, Dave. Yeah, so... Okay. Have fun, guys. I'm chilling. I'm chilling here on my chill hangout stream. But hey, have fun with the retards there, I'm sure that, just like with Joe Cronin with the blacks, makes you feel a lot better, virtue signaling. And, keeping these individuals as pets. But, hey, not my problem no more. I'm not the emperor. You've got the second drama emperor there with See Them. Very androgynous. Rule as thou wilt, as nice bastardization goes. But I'm merely just a lord now, enjoying my time at the chateau as I read stories from the capital as to how the clowns continue to waltz into the city. But hey, I've been having fun doing my thing. Got some more Too Many Chefs coming up. Still polishing up some stuff for Darkest Things, or Darkest Realms. Gaming stuff's going to be fun, because I'm going to be covering some 80s games that... 80s and 90s computer games, whose graphics might be somewhat limited for some of you whippersnappers out there. But these games are fucking so much fun. And I forgot how much fun they were. And there's so much to choose from, especially since a lot of them are now considered abandonware. Basically, companies don't exist, or they just said, fuck, this game is like 30 years old. Have it for free. So, just so many different games out there that I can play around with. And some of them are even cooperative. Might actually try to set this up with people. But there's a game called Dark Colony. And it's basically a story of Earth Marines arriving on Mars and finding aliens, and it's a real-time strategy, and there's actually online websites that host servers, and you can actually play. I think it's 4 against 4. No, hold on. I think it's 4 total players, but you can still have either cooperative or competitive with this game, and it's a fun little game, to be quite honest. But yeah, that should be fucking a lot of fun in my opinion. But I do want to raise this point, not just for Travis, but specifically for Scunty. And I'm sure there's other people that this applies to, but they haven't been as vocal as those two, at least that I've seen. But Scunty, listen up. Listen good. I don't work on your schedule, okay? I don't give a fuck about you saying, oh, well, Dave can't do anything but drama. I've shown that I can. Showed that I can. But unlike you, I don't rush into shit and make a shit show. I'd like to have proper planning. And I've even tried this even on somewhat less serious shows, whether it be Monetize This or Friday Night Fire, where it's just like, okay, well, let's ease into the comedy. Let's start off with a little bit of structure, talking about, main events and then this and, moving in that direction. And when it comes to doing a show about conspiracies, well, I'm going to do it right. And I'm not going to, and again, I don't work on anybody's fucking schedule, unless you're paying me. So if you want to pay me, I'll work on your schedule. But if I'm doing a fucking free fucking show, again, a free fucking show, like Drew said, it's a free fucking show. Look, what, you're going to just be hate watching me? Of course you are, Scunty. Of course you are. That's what you want. This is the catch-22s that you try to put people into. Oh, well, you haven't talked about conspiracies. As soon as I do a conspiracy show, what are you going to do? Oh, man, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you're so stupid. Blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you could be doing your own shows and stuff rather than these 4-minute little clips. Nope. You're going to be doing exactly what you've done in the past, even when I was working with Cronin, which was, and there was like episodes of Final Frontier News. And you're like, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're so stupid and like, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, so basically you're just going to hate watch, right, Scunty? So is that going to actually encourage me to make videos? Because, I mean, obviously I'm taking my time as it is to make sure that, the videos are well balanced, that I've got certain questions to postulate, statements. Look, I've shown myself to be very meticulous when it comes to putting together shows. I've also shown that I'm just, go off the cuff and can do that too. But when it comes to things like these details of these conspiracies, then I like to do it right. And I've shown this in the past. I don't work on your schedule. I don't respond to you with, any sort of direction. So you can say, oh, well, Dave can't do this, or, oh, we only saw, because he said this the other day on somebody's video where, oh, Dave Rose only came out with this gaming stream, like, but literally he was before then and after, he's like, oh, well, Dave Rose can only talk about the drama. It's like, but I work on my schedule, okay? So, hey, I want to play a game, want to play some Kerbals, I've got the opportunity to do so, I do it. And hey, I can finally coordinate after 2 weeks trying to get Nikki J to be able to do a video with me on smoking meats. And he was, I'm not going to say 3 hours late, but it was 3 hours later than he had indicated that we could start recording. But hey, we did it, and it was a great fucking show. A lot of people said the same thing. I'm glad that they enjoyed it. But I've shown that I can do this stuff. And I don't work on anybody's schedule, as I keep saying. I'll go on my own schedule. When I get around to it, I get around to it. Just, why are these people so impatient? Seriously, why are these people so impatient? I just don't get it. We got the goon in the chat says, hate watching was so 2020. Stop watching the gold leaf caviar sandwiches is where it's at. Ghost of Tommy's Barber says, I've been binge watching Mr. Ballin videos for the past week. Yeah, some of them are quite good. He is a good storyteller. But obviously he does much more when it comes to storytelling than it does, when it comes to research. But he does his research to a certain extent. So Skype lines remain open, and I'm sure that bothers many people out there. Oh, Dave Rose can't get anyone to call. It's like, no, well, I can keep talking. I mean, I can filibuster like the best of them. But if somebody wants to call in and address certain things, well, awesome. But what would piss even people like shit off and Scunty is that the donation lines are open. That's right, you're not blocked. Unlike what he did the other day, I don't know if you people heard, but this guy called Carlos Ray, which you may have seen or heard of from time to time, he donated $100 to Scunt. And Scott took issue with him yet again because he was in I think it was in Tony's chat. I don't know. I don't care. But the bottom line is that he made a video saying that he was going to send this money back to Carlos Ray. He also said he made a video earlier today, which I didn't get to watch, but it was labeled, "I'm sending this money," something like along the lines like, "I'm sending this money back. If there's any words after this, you're going to regret it." So, very interesting, to say the least. We've been going on for about an hour and 13 minutes. Well, not bad. I mean, like I said, I was considering calling it quick and dirty earlier, but, Ryan indicated that he wanted to hang out for a bit, so I thought, hey, let's just do the chill hangout instead. So, yeah, I think it's very interesting. I'm sure that, like I said, Scotty's going to show up soon enough. And he's going to come out with more videos. And we'll see which videos he keeps hidden, which ones he allows to be visible. And, it's just going to be the same old bullshit with the guy. And I think Ryan is starting to get that too. Oh, his channel's back. Oh, there you go. But you've removed all the other videos. That's great. Thank you so much. Again, what are you scared of, Scunt? Look at all the videos. Dude, you guys have... Everyone, really, has like hundreds and hundreds of hours on Scunty alone. What are you scared of, Scunt? Are you scared, Skunt? Scared, Skunt? Dude, just... keep the videos up, criticizing me, criticizing Ryan, criticizing Ken. Just keep them all up, dude. Stand by what you say. I've already told people, don't strike Scott. I won't strike Scott. I would rather have that information up. And I'm willing to play that game too, where it's like, I'll leave my shit up. Why don't you leave your shit up? Right? You can review me. You can whatever. All you want. Because I'm willing to leave those videos up. But tit for tat, motherfucker, you gotta be willing to do the same. Let's go back to the chat here. We got G.I. Joe Compton in the chat. Shout out to you. He says, how's it going? Not too bad. Happy Friday to you. Shout out to the lovely Miss Cora. I don't believe I introduced her earlier, but she is in the chat. Some crypto talk in the fucking chat here. Alright. Who was I going? Oh, yeah. So Scunty fucking privated all his videos, except for this one, pranking nephew and his friend. Just plain sad. Can't stand up with what you said. I could use a break from talking. Somebody wants to call in, that'd be appreciated. Let's see here. I got a message. Oh, yes. I didn't acknowledge this. My apologies. So let's get down to this. I knew I was distracted from something and I was forgetting. Let's just bear with me here. Come on. All right. Well, we've got a donation from the lovely Ms. Cora. And she says TGIF. And I agree, Cora. Thank you so much for the donation. And yes, thank God it is Friday. Or is that TGIIF? But yes, it's been a long week. I feel very satisfied. It's been a productive week. I got a lot of stuff done that's been hanging around for some time. There's a lot to be grateful for. And yeah, the spring is here. We've got good temps coming up, and yeah, everything's on the uptick. Well, Cora, he is part of the army. Oh, the GIF. I thought you said on the GI. I thought you were referring to Joe Compton. I was gonna say, well, he is army, so GI. But yes. Who doesn't love, Chris Farley? And this was probably one of the most seminal SNL skits probably in the last 40 years, where you had him and Patrick Swayze trying out for Chippendales. And I remember watching that live. That was a fucking great show. And yeah, it was a good skit. Let's see, what else did I want to cover here? Joe's been playing around with making his Twitter account private and public again. Drew triggered people with his tweets. We had D. Welsh the other day trying to start shit in the chat, and Compton sort of addressing that issue. So Joe says, I'm enjoying the sanctity of my bed. I'm off for the weekend. Oh, very nice. Shout out to Latino Heat in the chat. And shout out to all the hate watchers out there. Oh, I know that you hate me so badly. So badly. Regardless. It's a beautiful Friday evening. It is overcast here in Ontario. And we're probably going to get some rain overnight. But this is the way. And April showers bring May flowers. Butterflies and bees and happy hours. And that is the true proper rhyme. Many people do not know anything past the first two verses. But there you go. That's how old I am. 42? Yeah, Vikings, don't even know what's going on in his mind, but doesn't seem to be pleased with my actions. But then again, that guy, he flips on basically everyone, from time to time. So let's see, what else I got? I don't know if I talked about this earlier. I think I did, but well, not today. But have you guys watched the Book of Boba Fett? Because I binge watched that a couple of weeks ago, I believe, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. I'm starting to think about dinner. I'm getting hungry. What are you guys making tonight for yourselves? I'm not sure what I'm thinking tonight. Could be just about anything, really. Well, I don't know. It depends on what the fridge gives up. But feeling like a nice big salad as well. But, some sort of meat cooked, maybe some chicken. pork. Oof. Feeling those hunger pangs right now, actually talking about the food. Damn. I don't know if you guys ever get that, but you know, you don't realize how hungry you are until you start talking about food. It's like, oh, that's you know, starting to feel that. Let's see here. We got messages in the chat from G.I. Joe Compton. It says, my favorite favorite Chris Farley skit. I live in a van down by the river. Yes, many people like that one too. Steve Callan says, having some pickerel and baked potatoes and salad. That sounds good, actually. And Cora says that she's thinking of making herself some meatloaf. That actually all sounds fucking really good. Steve Callan talking about eating that fish. So, hey, how do you flavor it? Do you just do it baked? How do you make your fish, Callan? Also, somebody save my breath. Come on, guys. Somebody call in. I know that there's a lot of you out there. You're getting off work. You want to call in. But, yeah, I need a break from talking too, guys. Come on. I mean, I know that Ryan helped me out earlier. But it is a chill hangout. And I don't have all the energy that I would need today to be able to be as rambunctious as usual. I think I had about 4 hours of sleep last night, but who's counting, you know? Anything less than 8 just, I guess, doesn't count. Copton says, pizza or Subway here? Welcome to the lovely Ms. Cora.
I'll sit here until someone better calls.
Well, I appreciate you hanging out. You know, again, I need to be able to take a breath once in a while, you know, and
I'm just frustrated because I'm dealing with a mess at work that somebody else did and I have to fix it. And I'm like,
I
it's
hate that.
4 o'clock on a Friday. I don't want to deal with someone else's fuck up and have to unfold this pretzel. It's just, anyway, so I had my whole setup turned on because Frank was live earlier talking about the Will Smith thing. And so.
What do you do now?
No, the Academy finally came out with their response to what they're going to do to him, I guess. Basically, they're giving him a 10-year ban from being on the premises of any Academy events, including the Oscars, but he can still get nominated and he can still win.
A little slap on the hand.
Mm-hmm. And then he comes out with, well, I respect their decision. Of course you do. You're not going to complain about a slap on the wrist. And so I don't know. Drew's going to talk about it tonight. He's going live. He didn't say when. I think he was driving. He was in the chat texting. Yeah, so 10 years. And that's about it. All his projects have been canceled except for I forget what it's called, but he did a movie for Apple TV, which is already in the can, but some people are thinking it'll get released anyways. It probably will. So who knows? SAG had hinted that depending on how the Academy handled things, they might kick him out of SAG, which means he can't work because it's on any union jobs. So I think he got a slap on the wrist so he can keep working, basically.
Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. He makes people too much money, I think. But he's not allowed to be at any of the award ceremonies or any type of Academy events, even via Zoom or video message. I don't know why that distinction had to be added, but it was. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know. This whole will.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's a lot of it doesn't matter. That's what it feels like. So,
Sorry, I've been looking at some of the people that have been banned in my chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Because I suspect that somebody might be banning them. And,
Well, there's a loophole, and I'm not going to say it on air because then people will do it because you have a lot of mods in your chat. But there is a way to ban people without you, the channel owner, knowing. And it's a sneaky one, but it works, and it's bad. So you should be checking that.
Yeah. Guessing somebody might be trying to start shit, but
When
For
we're
all
off
those-
air, I'll explain how it works.
I
But
want to
yeah.
say one thing to people is that those that message me about this, because it's not the like apparently what's it called, Spartan King of Texas. He said that apparently he thinks that I'm banned, and he was asking whether or not I went on a ban spree, and I certainly didn't.
Remember I messaged
So
you
I
about
kind of
that?
suspect this is somebody who had a wrench and is just trying to be a bitch. So
Because remember, sometime last week I messaged you. I was on another stream chat, and he was saying
yes,
how
yes, I
you had
remember.
banned him, and
Yep.
I went in that chat and defended you and said Dave Rose
Not
didn't
yet.
actually ban you.
Yeah.
So he knew that.
Well,
but
the thing is, though, for those that are contacting me, that are telling me that they are banned in the chat, send me the channel link of your channel on YouTube, and I will just add you as an automatically allowed moderator. And
Very nice.
that will ensure that you can't get banned. So for all those that have experienced that,
And to assholes who ban people without the channel owner's permission, you're an asshole. So, yeah.
well,
But whatever.
again, it just goes to show how petty they are, and the fact that well, it just takes a little bit of elbow grease, but I can fix everything, and that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, again, I'm not in a rush. Okay,
Mhm.
this is I do find it very comical. And I will be addressing this in the future, but some people seem to think that I'm impulsive, and yet that's certainly not the case. Sort of
Nope.
plan out my moves before I make them. But people are a little bit blind when it comes to this matter, so they think that Dave Rose is a loose cannon and clearly just shooting off shots without even thinking.
Right. Well, anybody who knows you knows that's not the case.
You'd think so. You'd think so.
Agreed.
But yeah, so for those that did, suppose like Spartan or Will Tactics, if you send me your channel link from YouTube, I will make sure that you are automatically granted moderator status, and you don't have to worry about that.
I don't know if you saw it, but Steve wrote back in the chat about how he cooks his fish.
Let me just check. He says I just bake it and then put some paprika on it. Okay, interesting. Do you put it in foil or anything like that? Joe Compton says, even as a mod for some channels, I don't know how to ban people. I just put them in timeout if push comes to shove. Well, that's usually what I request. I don't want normally people banned, but sometimes I give them the shot. So
Drew's policy is, sure, time someone out, but if you think he needs more than that, you need to go to Joe. Unless it's one of those obvious, Russian troll accounts, that's spamming the chat 20 times in a row. But what's interesting is there are a few of those accounts that I've seen on Derailed and in Frank's, and I think maybe even in Ken's chat, that was obviously a troll account that was just spamming random emojis.
really,
I was watching one of these live streams from New York or Las Vegas or whatever, and they were there too. So I wonder if some of these spam accounts are just literally looking for anybody live to just pop into the chats and fuck with people. It's really sad.
very, but it just also sort of highlights how pathetic they are. So
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have much more to talk about. I'm annoyed that I'm going to end up having to work this weekend
Oh.
because it's been so busy that the stuff I do that no one else does, I didn't get to work on today. And so, because it's been so busy with the main stuff that we all kind of work on together. And
So both days you're gonna have to work?
no, I think I'm just going to pick like 4 hours tomorrow and just work through that special stuff and get that done, and then I won't have to deal with it next week. So everybody's going on vacation this week.
Are
Like
they?
it's a company with like 12 employees, and like 4 or 5 people are all on vacation at various days from this week to next week. It's not a good week.
Ugh.
But oh well, life happens, right? At least people are enjoying themselves. So what are you doing this weekend, Dave? Tell us all about it.
What's that?
Tell us all about what you're doing this weekend.
Cleaning. That's what the weekends are reserved for. They're cleaning.
Yeah.
Laundry, cleaning, housework, chores. Actually, the waste yard is, or yard waste is going to be, they're going to start collecting it next week. So I'm going to have to collect a lot of the yard waste. And, thankfully I bought like 12, paper bags and stuff. So I'll end up.
Do they do
being
something
busy.
similar up there where they do here, where if you push it into bags or into neat piles off the curb, but in the area where people park, for the month of like April, they will clean it up free when they pick up trash? Or do you still have to pay to have that removed?
No, your taxes up here basically pay for collection.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
It depends on how much taxes are being collected off you, but yeah, basically the city or the town handles that, and as long as you have your bins out by the time that they're picked up, then there's no problem.
Yep, cool. Well, I'm going to get off here because I need to make a phone call about this mess I'm dealing with, and it's still not quite 5 o'clock. So I got to get doing that stupid shit so I can actually have time to cook dinner tonight. It was nice to talk to you for a little bit.
Nice
Sorry
to
if
talk
I
to you too, and hopefully
didn't have much to say.
Will run by nice and quick for you, so it's not.
Yeah. I might
depressing.
actually work outside. I might set up, if it's nice enough, set up outside and work. So that might be a nice change if it's warm enough. So we'll see. It's 50 degrees today in South Dakota. That's pretty hot. So
That's hot.
it's so fucking cold here, right? Ugh. Anyway, all right. Have a good afternoon. I'll keep listening and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
There goes the lovely Ms. Cora. So I got another message here. Let me just quickly check it. But yes, we have Will Tactics restored to his glory again with his wrench. Shout out to Chili Cheese J. But yeah, very weird. We'll see how this progresses. If Spartan, I can't remember his full name. If Spartan can contact me with his channel name, then I can approve him as a moderator. We've got the one and only Chili Cheese J says, my wonderful Italian lady is making loaded carbonara tonight, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Carbonara I'm okay with, but I don't like al dente pasta. So that's just me. Perhaps damaged goods, who knows? Al dente is traditional, but I'm sorry, I can't. Look, when I chew into pasta, I can't hear no cracking. Okay, I'm sorry. It has to be a little bit more cooked. Let's see here. Let's go back to the chat. Danimal, fellow Ontarian, says they introduced garbage bag tags here. You have to put $2 sticker on the bag or they won't take it away. Yes, when I was living in Toronto, they did that, but it was only bags that wouldn't fit in the main garbage container. So yeah, any additional bags you'd have to buy the tags for, and then they haul them away. Give me a second here. I'm getting messaged. Have to figure out what that means later, but regardless. So yeah, Skype lines do remain open, and I'm starting to think about dinner personally. Not too sure what I'm gonna make, but why don't you share your thoughts about what you're gonna make tonight for dinner? Get another message now. Apparently, South Carolina schedules their first execution with firing squad. Excellent. I'm glad that that's becoming, coming back into favor. And yes, well, unfortunately, ammunition prices are quite expensive these days. But I would hope that maybe this demand will create the supply necessary to reduce the overall cost of ammunition for everyone who partakes in the freedom that is owning a firearm. Let's get back to the chat here. I'm getting messages from people all over the place. But yeah, I think we're gonna try to go for 2 hours. I mean, it's just a chill hangout, not a big deal. Friday night, well, Friday afternoon. I am hungry as well, so that is sort of distracting me. Will Tactics says, I have weeks worth of grilled burgers, so that's probably what I'm gonna, that's probably it when I get home. LOL. That sounds awesome. Did you make them yourself, or did you just buy a pack of patties that are prepped to go? I've got some ground beef in the freezer, but it won't defrost and sufficiently enough tonight for me to be able to make a meal. I'll wait till we've got rain coming in the next few days, so I want to wait for the weather to get better because I've got the charcoal grill, and yeah, I'd rather do it that way. Speaking of which, this charcoal grill, I'm actually planning on sort of refurbishing it. So I'm going to disassemble the entire thing. I'm going to sand the interior and the exterior and stuff, remove any potential rust, loose flakes of, enamel, and just get it all prepped and ready, and just spray that thing down with, some high heat resistant enamel paint, and get some new slats for the side panels, which sort of have wood for the trays, and yeah, make myself some barbecue. Something I've been looking forward to for quite some time, since the weather and the winter has been just so goddamn long this year. But yeah, that's something I very much enjoy, that smoky, delicious flavor when it comes to that pure charcoal taste. I got chicken wings as well in the freezer, which I'd have to, and they wouldn't be ready either. So, chicken wings are just so good, and I had some the other day, my staple lemon pepper, and they just came out so goddamn good. So good. Every time I make them, I blow myself away. I don't know if I'm just getting better at the recipe, because I just use the force. I just follow the feel. And it's never measured, I know approximately, but I just do it. And damn, these ones have been coming out so goddamn good as of late. And I don't know what it is, but that it just, the flavors combined just are amazing. I think I might make wings tomorrow then. That might be something I'll do. I've got a rack of ribs as well. So I'm going to have to think. Maybe that will be for Sunday night. Make a nice cucumber salad. I'm going to need some dill for that. Okay. See, I'm constantly thinking as to what I'm going to need to ensure that my meals at least have some flavor and are just some impossible meat eaten by a Nova Scotian who has bitch tits. I'm sure that we all know who we're talking about. Who's going to make a video soon enough. Speaking of which, let's check out his channel. Check it out. Let's see what, if anything, has done since I have continued. Oh, yes. He's pulled another video up from about 5 days ago about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay. Or it says Trauma Mania. It probably has something about what's going on here, but who cares? But let's see here. We've been going on for about 1 hour and 40 minutes. 43, 40 something. Yeah, something like that. And I'm going to try to, go a little bit longer. Just I like to round it out with a nice even number. Will Tactics in the chat says, put beef, eggs, chopped green and red peppers, Worcestershire sauce, and seasoning in a bowl. Mix it up, make patties, grill them. This is quite the debate now, isn't it, Will? You've brought it to that point. Is that you have more denominations of burger styles than you do of religions out there. There are some that state that simply ground beef and salt. That's it. Make your burger. It's good. There are some people that say, no, you must use beat X. You've got to put some onion in there. Maybe some seasoning like Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. I hate that fucking word. I hate that word. Sometimes I say it right, sometimes I don't. And every time I try it, when I just say it, it just works. But when I try to say it, it doesn't work. Worcestershire sauce. There we go. I didn't try. The seasoning, that's another thing, man. And I've had a big deal with that, including, people saying, oh, well, like barbecue sauce, and they put barbecue sauce on burgers. I'm sorry, man. I don't think that that good meat needs any sort of sauce whatsoever. And when you're adding seasoning, well, what seasoning other than salt and maybe some pepper do you need? So I'm not a fan of adding, all these extra powdery ingredients to a meat mixture that, it's just sort of like a cheap cop-out in the sense that you're just looking for extra flavor when I don't think it really needs it. And I think more importantly, it actually sort of speaks about the type of meat. If it's good meat, then you're going to have flavor in there. If it's shitty meat, well, that's why barbecue sauce and like HP sauce and A1 sauce was created, because fucking there are bad cuts of meat, and as is the case with many indigenous cultures around the world, is that when you've got bad meat, especially when it's fucking rotting, you douse it in fucking spices and seasonings and all this shit to preserve it, and you also douse it in fucking all these liquids and shit, and it makes it edible. It doesn't make it good, but it makes it edible. Let me go back to the skip here, because the skip's got a message. Dude, I'm running a show, man. I'm running a show. You can't ask me about my opinion on psychology and OCD and autism and all that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm running the show. So yes, Will Tactics, we may have to throw down at some point in the near future, because I'm down with the meat talk, and especially when it comes to burgers. But look, I've made many a burger with many type of styles. Some using egg, some using breadcrumbs, some using Worcestershire sauce, some utilized a little bit of teriyaki sauce, mustard. So there's been a lot. But I think that is the debate of the century, is what truly goes into a burger. Maybe I'm going to have to do a show, and I'm going to have Will Tactics as my co-host for Too Many Chefs to talk about burgers. And we could throw down the Burger Town. And yeah, you're always down for food talk, you're saying? Well, I don't know your fucking schedule, man. Like, you're all over the place. So we can work something out, but I'm down with making a video just talking about, hey, if you want to talk about something specific, great. But if you want to talk specifically about burgers, we can do that too. And we can literally make it a theological, conversation where we examine what is life and what is burgers, and are burgers life? And if such, what does the burger need in life? So these sorts of, conversations and much more can be found on Too Many Chefs. But I got to know your schedule so we can plan around that. It took me about 2 weeks for me to be able to coordinate with Nikki, and he was just busy. So, until I was able to do that, I didn't really want to, because that was the topic I really wanted to fucking get onto. I could talk about cuts of meat, which is what Drew had suggested some time ago, and I do want to talk about that topic. But I think there's other things that need to be talked about, and I also want to prepare properly for actually discussing and breaking down all the different cuts of meats, because you can just say that, but seriously, are we going to take a look at a cow and take a look at how many cuts of meat that you can get from that, and the ones that sometimes aren't even fully aware of, or people are fully aware of, aren't typically sold in delis or anything like that, like picanha, Brazilian picanha. You normally will not find that in a deli. You have to go to a specialized place. And that is one of the greatest cuts of meat ever. And there's other cuts of meat that just aren't advertised. So I would like to prepare for that. But when it comes to burgers, just like with smoking, for example, I'm clearly not as knowledgeable as Nikki. I know the historical aspect. I understand the physics and chemistry to the whole situation. I enjoy smoked meats and smoked foods. But this guy has that experience that could illuminate us. And that was why I thought it was, great to talk about. But when it came to, say, chicken wings, and again, there was that show that I did, well, I don't know if I did. I was on that show that Derailed did. And, what was his name? Ray Rollins came on. And we had a 20-30 minute conversation, I think, if not longer, about chicken wings and about food and stuff. And that was coming from my personal experience, stuff that I know about. So whether it be chicken wings, whether it be ribs, whether it be burgers, that stuff I can talk off the cuff from and, talk for hours about, and really give my experience as well, because I've tried to experiment when it came to burgers. And, it's just the concept itself is what's, it's the best selling point. It's one of the simplest, meals to make, and it just works so well. And yet how much that you can differentiate it is up to your imagination. So I'm so down with fucking talking burgers with Will. Actually, you know what? That might have to be a show. Talking burgers with Will, or something like that. But the Goon says in the chat, there's a cut that only butchers have access to, and I've heard it's pretty good. Yeah, I know that there's several that they have access to, because they're the ones who actually butcher it. They can cut this stuff out, they can save it for themselves, and really because it's not that common, and most people are just ignorant about that cut of meat, it's not asked for, it's not even introduced on the menu, but they take it home. And I know chefs that do this. They take that good stuff home with them, and they make glorious meals. But yeah, burgers. I think burgers, again, it's like debating religion almost. It is a theological discussion which can go in any direction because how many different ways can you make a burger? So many. And, well, if you're a fan of burgers, well, you know, you're not going to hate them all. You're going to at least appreciate that, hey, a burger was made. I might not like the ingredients, but a burger was made. Like, I know that crumbly blue cheese is a big deal, at least from what I've seen in America, on burgers. Now, I'm not a big fan on crumbly blue cheese. But apparently it's a big thing when it comes to burgers, and people like it. So I can't necessarily argue that, especially due to its popularity. But that's when you really start to get into points where it's like, well, you've got like energy drinks that taste like garbage that are popular. So that is a slippery slope. You know, some things that are popular aren't necessarily either the best tasting, the most dignified or civil, and you know, you certainly don't want to be preaching like, oh, look at that, I consumed this product, because some of those, you know, you even question, is it even edible by human, you know, palates? So we got Will Tactics in the chat says working in restaurants really gives to the opportunity to experiment cooking styles. I've just found that on my own, to be quite honest, Will. Even better, actually, when you are confronted with limited ingredients. When you have an abundance of ingredients, that's great too. Like, sky's the limit, but then you might go a little overboard. I know I have. And make a little too much food because you have it all. But if you have a limited amount of food, you could determine, you know, how you're going to accentuate your dish with the limited toppings or flavors, spices, whatever that you do have. And that challenge, I think, at least in my case, has led to a lot of amazing surprise dishes that even, you know, it's like, it's late at night, I just want to make something, like, oh, whatever, I'm feeling creative, but I'm not even paying too much attention. I'm just going with the flow, just going with it. I want to get this done. I want to fucking just eat my meal and go to bed. And some of those experiences have been the most flavorful and most delicious because, again, it's truly, people, it is the force. When it comes to cooking, if you feel the force and you use the force, you really don't need any measurements. That is an absolute fact. You don't need measurements. You just know. It's sort of, it takes over your body and you just make it. And no, Scunty, it's not possession like you've gone through. This is actually the Holy Spirit inhabiting you and letting you cook. And some of the most greatest food experiences have come from that. From something that was not planned, something that was done on the fly, something that certainly wasn't measured, but was just made with heart. And, you know, to me, that when a lot of people experience this, and I've experienced this, I've seen a lot of people that, and I've encountered this as well, younger people than me who never ever experimented, never tried. And then they took my advice and they tried it and they blew themselves away and they were just so joyous. And they would contact me saying, thank you so much for showing me that. Like, I didn't know about that, but now I'm doing this and look at what I made here and look what I made there. And they were just so grateful and so appreciative of how I opened their eyes on how simple it is to really cook. And I even remember when I went back to college the second time, and I talked about the story, was, you know, I was living in the ghetto and I was called the ghetto daddy because I was looking after all the people who were basically, they were like, I was like 32 and 32, 31, 32. You know, these kids were like 18, 19, 20. So whether or not they're like throwing up and they need help, or they're too stoned and they needs help, or, you know, I talked about how I made that we had a little court, a court in in between the buildings, right? Courtyard. There we go. And I would constantly come out because people were hanging out, partying out there. We'd have keggers out there. Come out with dishes and snacks made, and yeah, they call me the ghetto daddy for it. But yeah, in that situation, I had many people that were around me that were much younger, but they would ask me questions, or I'd be around them when they were cooking, and I'd give them my advice, and they were very keen on trying it out, and when it worked out for them, they were very, very happy for it, and yeah, that was something that was very cool, because they wanted to learn, and they made it their own, and they realized how easy it is really to cook, and it just takes a little bit of patience and creativity. Skype lines do remain open for the remainder of the show. We're at 1 hour and 57 minutes. I could easily keep going, but I do need a break, from talking. But if not, I might come back later. I don't know. The Civilization game that I started to play the other day, I'm really keen on playing it. I don't know if I want to restart the game and start playing it and streaming it, or if I just want to just start streaming from the point that I've saved. I've advanced a fair bit when it's come to that particular game. So I don't know. Still want to do the fishing planet stream, because that's just a cool little game. I think I might do that Sunday, though. I think that's a cool game for a nice Sunday feel. It's chill, it's relaxed, and if you're into angling and you know about it, you could just be hanging out. Somebody's casting a rod, hanging out, no fish, cast it out again, and just hanging. Not a big deal. And I do like those streams because they're enjoyable. But again, Scunty, I don't work on your schedule. You work on mine. And I will release my Darkest Realms whenever I fucking want to. I'm still working towards it, but again, I don't just do off-the-cuff bullshit, and just make garbage. I'll release it when I release it. And Travis, I'll address NC, man. Or see them. I'll address you guys with all the videos you made in due time as well. Okay? I do have actual serious things to do. And I do find it comical, actually. Let's think about this. People are like, oh, Dave Rose, you got no job. You're just a bum, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And well, that obviously is coupled with, oh, you make all these videos like you have no life. You make all these videos. Okay, cool. Then I don't make videos because I'm actually busy with real life, and also doing that, what you guys are talking about, like trying to find a fucking job, right? Okay. And then it's like, well, where are the videos, Dave? Where are the videos? You're just being silent, like you're scared to address this. Where are the videos? It's like, no, I'm sorry, but you are not Marie Antoinette. Well, Scunty, you have used filters that made you look like a woman. Actually, I think they made you look like Marie Antoinette with that 17th or 18th century makeup. But you are also a bitch. And yes, you do have this idea of they could have, they could eat their cake too. But no, and that's certainly not the case. And I'm the one that defines how I operate. Okay, so Scunty, just like with the Grand Tribunal and so forth, you're going to have to be patient. I know that you're not. I know that even if I don't talk about you, you're still going to talk about me, and you're going to demand that, all this stuff. And you'll be like, Dave, let it go, Dave. But if I don't talk about you, then you'll still want me to talk about you. Look, dude, just fucking die. I don't really give a flying fuck. I'm going to frame your fucking obituary, come hell or high water. And, yeah, I just don't really care about that. But you're going to keep doing what you're doing. You're trying to mess now with Ryan the Heel. I don't know why. But I guess because he's black and he was on my channel, because usually that really is sort of the line in the sand for Scott. If you're black and you show up on my channel and you're friendly with me, whoop, you're a sellout. Uncle Tom and everything else. We've seen this multiple times. We've seen how he treated Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, simply for him being in my chat. And I think it was other chats too. I think it possibly may have been Ken's chat, Heistman's possibly. Regardless, is that the Skunt's done this in the past. Where, oh, you appeared in somebody's chat? You are my enemy now. How dare you? Fucking pathetic. So there's J-Mel McGee in the chat. I don't know who you are, but you're probably a troll, I'm guessing. So what you got to say? It says Winnipeg's favorite son. I don't know who's from Winnipeg. Let's see here. Her. I don't know what else I can say about Scunty because, like, let's be real here. The guy's going to keep making videos. And, he's going to obsess over things. I could not talk about him. Like, literally nobody could talk about him in this community. He's going to keep coming back and saying something. Or, like, for example, this actually happened. Well, it's happened multiple times, but just recently. A couple of months back, at least. Neither me nor Ken are even talking about Skunt. And what does this guy do? He starts to make videos about Ken, calling him this big fat liar. He's just like, well, some of them had nothing to do with me. It's just like, oh, Ken, having fun, doing his own show, not even raising me as an item. How dare he? I'm gonna fucking, talk all this shit about him, blah, blah, blah. And he did that. And Ken wasn't even talking about him. So this just goes to prove, what I've said, for many years, is that even if you stop talking about it, he says, okay, go away, stop talking about it, just leave it alone. Blah, blah. Okay, you do that. And many people have. And yet, nope. Later on, regardless, is that you might be just doing video. Okay, so you, like, say, for example, me or anybody else. They stop doing, like, a drama stream, or they stop doing a stream where they address something. Okay, fine. Then they start doing, like, just, I don't know, food reviews and video game reviews. Okay, fine. Because they're having fun. Because they're just doing their own thing. Scott will then start making, first of all, he'll start to comment on the videos. And then he'll start making his own videos. Why? Because he's upset that somebody else is enjoying themselves, having fun, doing their own thing, uninhibited about the opinions of other people, unshackled by the clear paranoid delusion that he suffers, and he can't handle it. So even if somebody like Ken or myself don't speak about him for months or even weeks, nope, not acceptable. He will fucking say something to the matter that we're doing something that is bad or evil or something. So, you're pathetic, Scunty. Please, just die already. Shout out to Bam in the chat. Let's see. All right. J-Mel McGee says, I'm a real person. All right. But, yeah, like I said, I'm sure that we're going to face some sort of other, videos or messages from Scunty, who's going to make some sort of excuse and blah, 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 blah. As it usually goes. That's usually the dance. So whether or not I do, and I spoke about this in the past, whether or not I do speak about him or I don't speak about him, he's still going to speak about me and everyone else out there because he just can't stand the fact that he got rejected from a community and nobody wants anything to do with him, and that he kind of really showed himself to be a criminal by committing all those criminal acts. And he can't shake that, ever. So he wants people. He literally what he would be, hey, all of you disagree with me in this community. You all have to leave. So he wants to literally like, whatever community he wants to vacate it all. All you people are fake. I just don't want anybody else in here except for myself because you're all fake. It's like, dude, you're delusional. Fuck off already. Fuck off already. Let's go back to the chat here. Festlove loves the cake, Mon. Well, who couldn't love the cake? It's just impossible to not love it. But yeah, you know what? I think we went on for a fairly good time here. 2 hours, 7 minutes. We got Ryan the Heel on here earlier to address what was recently said about him by Scunty. We addressed Scunty's little mental gymnastics when it comes to all this, and I'm sure, and again, you can look forward to that because I'm sure that he'll make some more videos now that I go offline. But I might come back on. I don't know. But it just goes to show that this guy is absolutely obsessed. I live in his mind rent free, as do many other people. And he can claim, oh, I want to leave this alone, I want to go away. Well, how about you just show yourself to be the bigger man and prove that? Because you can't, because you're not. You're a demon. And you're evil. So, hey, well, you got to fight those demons, as it were. So, on that note, I am Devious Dave Rose. And this was Chill Hangout number 7. Who knows if I'll be back tonight, but if not, may you have a pleasant evening and an amazing tomorrow. On that note, I'll see you next time.